Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Deborah back again with another video for you guys, and today's video is gonna be where I have been. And before we get into this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and don't forget to also subscribe. Make sure you also turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload any new video. And with that all done, let's get started with this video. Guys, how have you guys been? I know I've been gone for the longest time, and a lot have been happening this year, from COVID-19 to the Black Lives Matter movement to the SARS movement going on right now in my hometown Nigeria. So for those of you who don't know what the SARS movement is about, because it sounds like a virus, trust me, it's not a virus. It's about ending police brutality going on in my hometown Nigeria. And if you guys want to know more about it, go on Twitter, hashtag SARS is trending. You get to see a lot of content of what is happening. On Instagram as well, hashtag end SARS is also trending. On YouTube, there's been a lot of videos about a lot of people lending their voice towards the end of police brutality going on in Nigeria. So if you guys want to know more about it, just type in NSAS in any of the platform, and I'm sure there's someone who have done a video about it to explain what's going on. Yeah, let's talk about why I am here today with a new video for you guys. I know I've been away for almost a year now, and what have I been up to? So I got pregnant. Hello. I got pregnant, and I had a baby. I had a baby girl. I would have loved to show you guys her, but her dad doesn't really want her to be exposed to the social media, so we kind of like trying to keep that boundary. You won't see much pictures of her either on my Instagram, but probably over time when I do vlogs, she'll probably come into the video. So yeah, I had a baby girl. Process of me having her, because where I was staying was too tiny. It was a studio apartment, and I didn't see fit for my baby to come into that. So I was also doing house search, so that's why I haven't been able to do any video at all for you guys, because I was just overwhelmed this year with the COVID-19, with the lockdown, with me being pregnant, also looking for a new house to move to. A lot have been happening. I found a new place luckily probably 3 or 4 weeks after I gave birth to her, we moved. And so like I said, a lot have been happening, and during the process of me pregnant is where I was really ill. I was diagnosed with HG, which is known as Hyperemesis Gravidarum, which is what I really wanted to sit down and talk about, because there's not a lot of awareness about this sickness out there. Like, not a lot of people know about it. Even my family member, when I told them I was diagnosed with HG, they were like, what is that? And because my sister already had a baby before me, she thought it was more of like a morning sickness, like I was just throwing up non-stop, like every woman have gone through it, but it's way beyond that. So let me quickly pull up a definition for what HG, which is Hyperemesis Gravidarum, is all about. So the definition I saw on Google says this is a pregnancy complication that is categorized by severe nausea, vomiting, weight loss, and possibly dehydration. Feeling fatigue may also occur. It is considered more severe than morning sickness. So even Google too probably updated it, because when I was pregnant I typed it in, it really didn't come up with this much definition for it, but now it's actually updated it, because a lot of women be complaining like this is not a morning sickness. Can people stop saying it's morning sickness? Because what Hyperemesis Gravidarum is all about is you are sick all day round. It's not just morning or evening like people call it morning sickness. You are sick all day round, like literally throwing up at least 10 to 20 times in an hour. It's that bad. You are basically best friend with your toilet. That is just how I see it. Like, you find yourself throwing up 100 times a day, and the only thing that can help you in that process is sleep. It's so severe than people think it is, and that's why I just wanted to share a little bit of light about my experience and how I was able to deal with it. I was diagnosed with hyperemesis gravidarum when I was 6 weeks pregnant, and I was going downhill from there. Like I was just feeling sick and sick and sick every day. I was not like myself. I was always hungry, but every time I try to eat, everything comes out immediately. And the most annoying part of it is they keep telling you make sure you stay hydrated, make sure you stay hydrated when you're pregnant, but water is not your best friend if you have HG. I'm just gonna let you know. So if you're watching this and you keep trying to drink water and you find yourself throwing up, stop it. It's not going to work for you. I'm not a professional. I know people will be like, you shouldn't be saying that, you should be advising them to drink water, but water is not going to be your best friend. You're just going to be throwing it up. And I also find that water smells, like it smelled so bad to me that I had to start buying bottled water. It was that bad. So when I was pregnant, I really didn't know much about this illness. I was told, like when I went to the hospital, oh, you have HG. I really didn't know much about it, so I was on YouTube googling like things, remedies to help with your throw up and like classify morning sickness. And I saw people talking about you need to try things like ginger crackers or ginger beer. They'll subside the nausea, you won't throw up much. Like I even saw some videos of people saying like you need to be munching on crackers that will help you if you're hungry. None of that worked for me. Yeah, like I hate crackers in general. I remember when I had my migraine and I was admitted, crackers was the only thing that was helping me because I couldn't hold food down. But with my pregnancy, crackers wasn't helping it. Every time I had crackers, I felt like throwing up. So crackers was like a lot in my house, but I never managed to eat it. It was just that bad. I know people will be like, oh, you need to try the Ritzy crackers or whatever. I tried all the crackers. I tried the Jacob's crackers, I tried the cheese mini cheese crackers. Like I tried all the crackers, none of them was working for me. I also saw people saying, oh, you should try ginger with honey and lime in it, that it's really helpful. All I'm gonna say now in this video is that if you have hyperemesis gravidarum, stay away from all those videos that are telling you I have a remedy for morning sickness. It ain't gonna work for you. Trust me, I tried it all. I even got the ginger sweet a lady recommended with a little bit of spice in it. It just makes me sick because if you just have more than 1 or 2, 3 of them, you feel really sick afterwards. So all those things are bullshit, to be sincere. I'm sorry for swearing. It's bullshit. It's not gonna work. None of them works. Okay, I don't care if it demonetizes this video. I'm just out here to tell you guys my experience with hyperemesis gravidarum. It was really bad. I was losing weight on a rapid pace. Like I was looking at myself and I felt like I'm beginning to see my skeleton. I'm like, I was panicking. How is my baby gonna grow? Like, how is she surviving? Is she having enough food? I thought as pregnant women are meant to have weight, and I wasn't. I was losing weight instead, and I was really scared because of that. But the good thing is the midwives were very encouraging, and they were telling me like, if your child doesn't really need food, they're taking what they need from you. It's just that you are really poorly for that, but the baby is really well because you're sick, so we know she's doing well because of that. So they were always encouraging me like, you have a very bad severe sickness, that means your baby's doing really good. So they were really encouraging to put my mind at rest, and I'm really happy about that. From 6 weeks of my pregnancy, I was throwing up every day and I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink. It was so bad that I got so dehydrated because there was no food or fluid in me. So the only thing that really helped with hyperemesis gravidarum is going into the hospital. They give you a drip through the cannula, so I found myself having up to 3-4 bags when I go in. Sometimes at the beginning I was going in at least 2-3 times a week. It was that bad. I think they knew me in Rosie Maternity Hospital. Deborah is back. Hyperemesis gravidarum. Yeah, hi Deborah. Like I actually made friends with the midwives because of that. Like a lot of them knew me because of that. The only thing that was helping was the drip, and then whenever I'm leaving, I was getting prescriptions. Like they would give me a medication called cyclism. I remember being given cyclism, but through the cannula when I had migraine, and it's meant to help with your nausea so you won't throw up. But for some weird reason, that helped me with my migraine. I keep saying this, but the doctors don't believe me, but it actually helped me with my migraine. And the thing with it is they try as much as possible not to give cyclism to people if it's not needed, because it's quite an addictive medication. So cyclism was what I was being given in the hospital, rotated with another one, I can't remember what that is called, through the cannula. And whenever they give me that, as soon as I go in, they run the drip, give me the cyclism through the cannula, and within a space of 30 minutes I feel a bit better, I feel a bit calm. It doesn't last that long. After that I'm back to square zero again, and then I have to rotate it with another one until I get hydrated and I feel a bit better. And the thing with this Hyperemesis gravidarum, even the midwife know when I come in I look like shit, and then when I get my drip and everything, my color start coming back in and I'm looking a lot brighter, and they're like, oh, you look a lot better. So they can actually tell from my face as well that yeah, I was going through it really bad. So whenever I'm going home, they do prescribe me the cyclism tablet, and the tablet, instead of helping like the one through the cannula, it makes me even worse rather than the one through the cannula. I find myself throwing up more whenever I have that, so I never really lean towards it unless I'm really ill and severe, and then I go towards the cyclism tablet. The tablet wasn't cutting it for me, it was just making it even worse for me. So it wasn't even a conversation for like, yeah, you're feeling nausea, go take your tablet. It wasn't helping at all. It was making me even worse every time I tried to take it. Some of the midwife were telling me like, okay, it's gonna get better at week 12, which is around when you're gonna, you know, transition into your second trimester. So I was like, oh, okay. Because I started at week 6, I was counting every week, and it was going so slow. It was that bad because of the sickness. It was going so slow, and I was counting every week. And when I was like, week 12, Deborah, be patient. Week 12, you're gonna get better. Week 12, you're gonna get better. I couldn't do anything. I was bedridden. I could not do anything. My house was a mess, and I hate mess. It was a mess, and I couldn't go baby shopping. I couldn't, like, I wasn't so excited about the pregnancy the way I was at the beginning when I found out I was pregnant because of this illness. I was always in the bed, and the only thing was running into the bathroom and throwing up. Brushing my teeth was the worst because of the smell of the toothpaste. It was making me throw up more. So it was just a mess. I still can't believe I made it through it, but the illness is quite severe than morning sickness. So if you're going through this and people are telling you you are lazy, other women have gone through it, just ignore them. Just focus on making yourself feel better, because I know it could be annoying when people say that and you feel so sad that every other women are having their baby and they're not going through this. Why are you the one going through this? And that was most of the thing that I was thinking in my head. Why is my body not accepting my baby the way it's meant to be? And I was really sad because of that. I got to 12 weeks and I discovered that my Hyperemesis gravidarum wasn't really, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but this is what I'm used to calling it. My Hyperemesis gravidarum wasn't really feeling any better. So I was like, you know, they told me week 20 it's gonna be a lot better. And the thing with pregnancy, second trimester is meant to be your honeymoon stage, when you're not showing, you're not feeling sick, you're eating well, you're active and everything. It wasn't the case for me. I was still sluggish, I was feeling ill, I was breaking out, my hair was just terrible, I couldn't take care of myself properly. And around week 17, I was now noticing I was feeling a bit better. I could eat little food, like small portion of food, because with Hyperemesis gravidarum, don't make the mistake and think you can eat like a whole plate of food. You can't. If you eat 2 spoons of food and you hold it down, be thankful to God for that, because everything you eat is coming right out. So at week 17, I noticed I was being able to eat little portions of food, and the things I was eating were mostly baked beans. I wrote them down so I won't forget it. I was eating baked beans, the spicy baked beans, porridge, cornflakes, fruit loops, pepper soup. Nigerian pepper soup was one of the things. I was eating a lot of spice, and that was what was holding my stomach a little bit in my second trimester. And I was not able to drink water, so I was drinking more of orange juice. The Tropicana orange juice was just right next to my bed, and I sip on them all the time, and that was how I was able to manage to start eating slowly. But with that, I was still being dehydrated, so I ended up going to the hospital once a week. So unlike the first trimester, I was going 2-3 times a week. My second trimester, I noticed I started going once a week, and even with that, I get hospitalized sometimes for 3 days because I get dehydrated so much to the extent that my veins collapse. Sometimes they are not even able to find my vein to put the cannula in to give me the drip to hydrate me, so it's a mess. I get poked 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times before they find my veins. So I had so much needle marks all over my hands, all the way here. Like, you would think I was a junkie because of the amount of time I got poked, just because they were trying to put cannula in. You would think I was junky or the kind of person that do drugs, but it wasn't the case. It's just I was trying to get hydrated, otherwise it was going to be really bad for me and my baby. So that's one of the things that was helping me with my hyperemesis gravidarum, because I could not eat orally like myself, so I had to get things put in through my veins. So yeah, and then I noticed at week 25 now I could drink water without vomiting, and then I started drinking more of the bottled water by my bed, kind of rotating it with the orange juice, because orange juice contains some vitamin that is really good for pregnancy. So I was rotating water and that was what I was trying to keep myself hydrated with. At week 27 I started eating a lot and I was not vomiting. I noticed like my vomit has stopped. I think I stopped going to the hospital to get hydrated at week 20. Let me see if I can remember. I was at week 24. I stopped going into the hospital to get hydrated because that was when I started eating and drinking. But at week 27, like I said, my appetite was like up to 100. I started eating, I started gaining a little bit of weight. I was like, yeah, finally I might be able to, you know, get back to the way I was before. But every time I went to see my midwife and measure my bump, they were like, oh, your baby is the right size that she's meant to be, she's the right size that she's meant to be. But I was not gaining the weight I was meant to gain. But later when I was gaining at week 27, and I was so excited about weight, I was like, yes, finally I'm getting weight. I was like, yeah, finally I might be able to get a little bit of booty. Since I don't have any booty, maybe I might get a little bit of abs and whatnot. Nah, I didn't get it at the end of the day. Yeah, I just went back to my normal size when I was close to my due date. But oh well, here we are. So I think at this point my HG was a little bit better. My Hyperemesis gravidarum was a bit better. I wouldn't say it was 100%, but it was a bit better. I was still feeling nauseous there and there. And one other thing I got was the needle band. I don't know what it's called. It's like a band. You put it on your hand, and if you're feeling nausea, you just squeeze on it on your temple area here. It's meant to help with nausea. That didn't work either. That was a waste of money. Like I said, I tried everything and it didn't work, and the only thing that worked was going into the hospital. It wasn't easy. I was seeing some video online as well at my week 27. At this point, I was saying to my friend, my best friend is a midwife as well, Krista. You guys might have seen her once or twice on my channel. She's a midwife as well, and she and some of the video I was saying like, oh yeah, probably a couple of weeks to your due date, you might start feeling sick and throwing up again. I was like, well, is the Hyperemesis gravidarum gonna come back again? And she was like, yeah, it's gonna come back again, and it normally comes back towards the end of your pregnancy. I was like, nah, I don't think I can go through this mentally again, because this pregnancy have taken everything from me. They have tested me mentally, physically, emotionally. I was just a wreck during this pregnancy, and sometimes I say to myself, oh my gosh, what have I put myself into this time around? I don't think I can make it out. I'm such a patient person, but this pregnancy tested my patience. I was like, nah, I can't be patient anymore. I can't wait anymore. I'm done. I'm tired. Like, it's that bad. Like, I'm so sad to say that one time I was in the clinic getting hydrated. I feel so ashamed to say this. and I feel so ashamed of myself from saying this now, because now I have my baby and I'm so happy, and I'll never trade her for anything in the world. And now I'm thinking of it, I feel so sad for doing that and saying that. But I think it was around 12 weeks, and when the hyperemesis wasn't really getting any better, I was screaming, I was crying, I was an emotional wreck. Luckily then my baby dad was next to me, and I was so sad, and I said to myself, I can't take this anymore. And then I told boyfriend to call the doctor, and I told the doctor, you know what, that's it, I can't do this anymore. If they can arrange a termination for me to get rid of the baby, that I was gonna go with it. I'm so sad for saying that. I wasn't myself then. I was really in a very horrible place. And luckily the doctor was like, you know what, just get hydrated quickly, and then when you're hydrated, because right now you know yourself, when you're hydrated and you feel a little bit better, we'll come back and we'll talk about it, and if you still want to go on with it, we'll arrange one for you for in 2 days time. So she left and she never came back. And I'm so thankful that she didn't come back, because I don't know what I would have done. But yeah, that was the most horrible time in my life, but at the same time it was a beautiful journey. Like I'm really proud of myself that I was able to go through with that. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm extremely proud of myself. I think my nesting kicked in around that 36th week, and I started cleaning the entire house, painted my old house, like the entire thing. I made my partner paint everything. We painted it. I packed all my clothes, all my shoes, because as you guys seen my previous video, it was like a boutique. I painted the entire house because my energy was on 100. I was always eating. I was like, oh yeah, I'm craving this. Oh, I want to eat this. I want to eat that. Like my craving went over the 100. The only thing that was bad was heartburn. Heartburn was bad. It was really bad to the extent that I can't sleep flat. I have to sit up the way I am to sleep, because otherwise the food are like right there and they are ready to come out. That was how bad it was. All I'm gonna say is, if you're suffering for this, make sure you get medical help. Don't just sit at home and think everything is gonna get better. Seek medical help. Go to the hospital, because they are there to help you. At one point I felt really bad for always going in. I felt like I was stopping the midwife from doing the work they were meant to do, which is take care of other women that are already close to their due date. I was feeling bad, because when I get admitted with women who are full term, like they're ready to, you know, give birth, and I was just lying there in my own cubicle with my stomach really flat. I felt so bad for going in, and my partner said this to me, why, how is that your business? You're just going there to make yourself feel better, and you're not gonna, you know, meet them anymore. You know, you're not gonna see any of those midwives anymore, so you better go in and make yourself feel better than stay home and feel worse about yourself. They are there to help you. So that's what he basically said, and that was what pushed me to be going into the hospital all the time. So if you are going through this, my dear, don't just stay at home. Seek medical help. They are there to help you. Forget about anything they're gonna say about you behind your back when you're gone. It's not easy. Hyperemesis gravidarum is a thing, and I think I did a little bit of research, and I noticed that Kate Middleton, which is Prince William's wife, also suffered from this with her 2 pregnancy, I think they said, which was her first child and her second child. I think that's what it says, if I'm not getting this wrong. So it is a thing, and it's quite severe. And one thing as well that I noticed as well with hyperemesis gravidarum, it says it affects 1 to 3 in every 100 pregnancy. So it's not well known, so there's not much of an awareness out there for people to know about it, but it's a thing. It's an illness you get when you're pregnant, and it's way beyond morning sickness. It's not morning sickness. If anybody tell you you're having morning sickness with hyperemesis gravidarum, kick them in the head. It's not morning sickness. This is what I really hate to hear. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Every video I watched, every midwife I met, there was always a light at the end of the tunnel. That's what they always said to me. There was only one midwife that I met and told me, I know you can't drink anything. At my first trimester, she told me, drink Coke. and sip on it. At this point, don't be bothered about you eating food that is not healthy for you and your baby. You have hyperemesis gravidarum. You can't hold nothing down. Anything you can crave and you can hold down at this point, go for it. Whether it's healthy or not, go for it, because at this point you need any food that you can hold down. So if it's healthy or not, because that's what I was told in the hospital. Oh yeah, we're not at this point yet. Encouraging healthy eating in pregnancy, but with hyperemesis gravidarum, we advise you whatever you can eat and you can hold down, go for it. We know Coke is not something we advise, but if it's something you can hold down, go for it. We know pizza is not something we advise, but if it's something you can hold down, go for it. So if you're suffering from HG, hyperemesis gravidarum, just go for whatever you can hold down. That's all I have to say. I know some videos have seen of women who have gone through this hyperemesis gravidarum and they say, oh, I don't think I'm gonna have any other child. I went through this, and because the thing with hyperemesis gravidarum, it says once you have it, you will always have it with every pregnancy you go through. It's that bad. So if you have it now, that I have hyperemesis gravidarum, if I say I want to have another baby in the future, I'm definitely gonna go through this again. But I'm not gonna let this stop me, because I want my daughter to have siblings, because I grew up in a family of 4 children, so I know what it felt like to have company with you, and I don't want her to feel lonely. So I'm definitely gonna have another child in the future, even though I'm going to have hyperemesis gravidarum again, because at the end of the day I have my beautiful daughter and I'm so happy about that. And one thing I just want to let you guys know at the ending of this video is that HG, if you're watching this with someone that have it, or you're watching this to research because you know someone that have it, HG, hyperemesis gravidarum, is more than just a money sickness. It's not a money sickness. Do your research more and you'll know more about it. This is just to touch on little things and what it is and what my experience with it was like. But it's more than a money sickness. It takes a lot out of you mentally. It drains you mentally, physically and emotionally. And all I have to say is be patient, because at the end of the day you have your baby and you totally forget about everything. Because right now I can't even remember off of what I went through when I was pregnant, because your body will totally forget about it. That's all I just wanted to tell you guys. That's all I've been up to. So much things happening, and I'm gonna start filming more videos for you guys in the future. Obviously I have a baby, I might not be consistent more. Depressed, never consistent. Yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's where I've been all year round with the pandemic and everything that is going on. I had a baby. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to hear me ramble. I know it's not organized, even though I made notes to remember most of the things I have to say to you guys. I still managed to ramble as always. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching what I have to say. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you are not yet subscribed to this channel. I'm back. Interesting makeup look are going to be coming. Don't have to be packing and unpacking. I have a separate room for my makeup and, you know, working closet and filming. So I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more in the nearest future. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you also turn on your notification bell, so that whenever a new video is up you'll be notified. Comment in the comment box below what you think about this video, what your experience was, if you ever went through hyperemesis gravidarum, or what someone you know is going through, and just get the comment popping. Let's chat and help each other. Like, the reason why I'm doing this video is to raise awareness about the sickness, because there's not a lot of awareness about it out there, and I want us to have like a little community down here where we talk about it and make each other feel better. That's just why I'm doing this video, to help people out there, to share my experience and to let you know that you are not alone. If you're going through this, you are not alone. There's a lot of people out there that have gone through it, and we're all here to support each other. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and subscribe like I already said, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.